This is Just the Job. Kia ora and welcome to Just the Job. We have another great show lined up for you this week with 3 more exciting careers for you to check out. Now this show gives you an opportunity to look behind the scenes of a variety of industries that could end up featuring the career you're looking for. We also provide you with a whole lot of advice and tips to help make that all-important career choice a whole lot easier as well. In today's show, 17-year-old Talanoa thinks a building career might be for him, so we send him along to see what goes on when it comes to large-scale commercial construction. Sam from Auckland has never lost his childhood love of trains, but is the rail industry a career option for him? And has Tane got the passion for 2 AM starts and the right touch to succeed in the industry he's about to get a taste of? But first up, let's see how Talanoa gets on with his new tool belt when he learns about being a carpenter on 2 huge building sites in central Wellington.
I'm Talanoa Kigeaho. I'm 17 years old and I'm interested in commercial construction.
Well, showing Talanoa around 2 huge Wellington construction sites will be Gus Smith of Fletcher Construction.
The guy's going to do well is someone who is conscientious, someone who listens, who's prepared to take criticism and learn from that, and is a team player.
First, there's a safety briefing.
The risk is huge and safety is on everyone's mind from the time they go to work until they go home. Building a house, the only risk might be walking off a 200mm floor slab onto the deck, which there's a risk in that, but walking off a 17-storey building is huge. There's holes everywhere, there's guardrails that have to be put back up, and it's about caring for everyone else in your team, really.
Talanoa is going to see what it's like to be an apprentice carpenter on 2 commercial sites in Wellington. His first site visit is to Fletcher's downtown multi-storey office building, a 48,000 square metre building. It's put together with precast concrete and built around a substantial concrete shear core.
We're at the real coalface here now, okay? This building, it's a precast flooring units that have a columns, beams, and then there's a toppling slab put on here. There's a shear wall that the whole building hangs off. It's like a big fence post in the middle of the ground, and the building hangs off that.
The supporting columns are made by pouring concrete into an area contained by these steel walls or shutters. Time for Talanoa to get stuck in.
First of all, we need to put our oil on it, which helps release the mould from our column once it's all been set.
At the moment we have 22 apprentices on our staff. We would go and interview them. We would then go and talk to their parents, talk to the family, fully understand what they were getting themselves into, and then we would end up putting them with one of our carpenters, and they'd end up working alongside a carpenter. As the building grows, they would be in the piling, doing concrete work, putting in the column shutters as Talanoa did. He would be put into teams probably every 6 months. He would then change and go into another crew and become competent at that particular task.
The shutter is now in place, ready for a concrete pour. Today, concrete is arriving for a pour that is forming the shear wall.
There's a master program that's set at day 1 for a 3-year job. So again, on that shear wall, we will book the concrete some 7 days before that. And so in those 7 days leading up to that, there is a quantum of work that has to happen. Otherwise, you've got to put back orders, and it's a never-ending circle that you never catch up on. Okay, then Talanoa, we're down here on the ground floor, and we've got a 5-tonne beam here. So we'll come over to Steve here, and he'll show you how to hook it up and put it in place.
Hold it there. If you put the chains on there, Tala, don't turn your back, put it there, push straight onto here, put that chain straight onto there. Okay?
Yeah.
All right?
Now close it.
Close it. And the same to the one on the other end. Beautiful, beautiful, mate.
With the chains hooked up, 5 tonnes is headed skywards to the waiting columns up on the 7th floor.
So just basically push it away from us, coming down. That's us. Okay, and that's basically one beam put in.
This building on Wellington's waterfront is nearly finished. Inside is a large atrium, and on the upper floors surrounding it, the balustrades are being built.
Right, Tala, the drill press has been set up to the right depth.
Yep.
Talanoa's quick to demonstrate he's right at home when dealing with timber. Pretty good stuff there, Talanoa.
What's good about the job? One's working in a team. I think everybody personally will get different things out of that, but going away at the end of the day and seeing you've done something, seeing what you've produced with your own hands, or part of that team, walking away at the end of a job and having some satisfaction about what it looks like. Talanoa, what I've seen of him, he's a kid with huge potential. He's prepared to listen, learn, and he is someone that I think any employer would jump at the opportunity of working for them.
Oh, it's been pretty great lately, yeah. Fletchers were kind enough to give me a set of tools, as you can see. And yeah, I've learned quite a lot in the last 2 days, so it's been pretty good.
The BCITO National Certificate in Carpentry is achieved on the job and best of all with no student loan. You are assessed as you progress through the qualification, covering practical and theoretical elements of the job. The work is varied. You could work on projects ranging from single-level homes to hospitals and multi-storey office buildings. The BCITO Carpentry Gateway program gives school students hands-on experience on real building sites. A BCITO apprenticeship can lead to roles like leading hand, supervisor, project or construction management, or even owning your own business. Well, as you can see, there are a whole lot of opportunities to learn new practical skills and a job in commercial construction. And Talanoa certainly proved that he already knew how to use a few of the tools on the job. Now after the break, Sam's going to find out if his love of trains will be a reality when he checks out a career in rail. This is Just the Job. Welcome back to Just the Job, where every week we take a look at 3 different careers to give you an insight into just some of the incredible opportunities that are out there waiting for you. Now, do you enjoy big machinery, working in a team and learning new skills? Then keep watching, because you might be surprised when you find out what's involved in a career in the rail industry.
I'm Sam Coggan, 18 years old. I'm interested in the rail industry.
Well, Sam's off to spend some time with the Auckland operation of Kiwi Rail, New Zealand's rail industry operator. Kiwi Rail run both freight and passenger services.
There is a huge range of jobs available in the rail industry. There's mechanical engineers, there's train drivers, there's shunters, there's signalmen, or if you want to work inside, there's the office side of it.
Keeping Sam on track is Colin Vickery. First up, Sam's headed to the Takapuna Administration Centre.
Welcome, Sam. This is where we do everything in Kiwi Rail to make sure that we're getting the right containers on the trains, make sure we've got the right locomotives, make sure we've got the right drivers, make sure that we've got the right freight. Over here on this side here is part of the train build team, and they will actually allocate the wagons to be used for the train, and they will virtually build that train in the computer system to make it look like that's exactly what they're doing.
Righty, Sam, this is our CTMS program. It's pretty much a visual representation of the way we're going to load the train. Up here, there are our wagons, and all these boxes down here are our containers. It's got all of our info we need to know about the container down here. It's a simple click and drag operation.
Chris builds up the train, 1,000 tonnes. Destination, Christchurch, and the information is mailed to the marshalling yard.
Out here at the Westfield Yards, this is what's called a marshalling yard, where the trains are marshalled into the correct order. Some of the customers here might be wanting to send wagons to Mount Maunganui, others to Palmerston North. So when they say they're marshalling a train, they're putting all the Palmerston North wagons together, they're going to put all the Mount Maunganui wagons together.
It's all like one giant-sized postal sorting office, and it's the job of a shunter to shuffle the wagons into the right order. 3 wagons have to be dropped off this train, and the shunter today, Lee, first shows Sam how the wagons are coupled.
And your bridle, it goes over there.
So what does the bridle do?
The bridle, it stops our hook from jumping as the train is moving.
Before any train can travel, the wagons have to be checked.
A dunnage, I'd like to put that inside.
Yep.
A locomotive shouldn't move without a shunter on board, so they are used as pilots, and they're the ones who actually tell a locomotive engineer how far they have to come back, how far they have to go forward, and also ensure that it's safe for them to carry out that movement. One of the good things about working in the railways is that Whether you're a shunter or a driver, if you're looking after the points or if you're a signalman, everybody knows one another and you're all actually working together.
Our loco is about to head out on the road, but first it has to be serviced.
This here is the sand department. So we put sand inside the locomotive, so when the wheels start to slip, the actual locomotive senses the wheels are slipping, and it'll put sand down on the track to be able to give it some kind of adhesion to the rail, traction. Yep, that's the one.
Once the loco is refueled, it's ready for the rostered driver to take charge.
I suppose one of the good things about being a train driver is if you like trains, it's the perfect job. It's the kind of job where you work by yourself a lot of the time and you get some really big toys to play with.
Neil Messiter hails from a railway family. Both his father and grandfather were locomotive drivers.
Coming out late. This particular locomotive is the most powerfulest class of locomotive we have in this country. I actually love this locomotive. It's a diesel-electric locomotive. It's basically an electric locomotive with its own power plant. So how does it feel sitting in the seat, Sam?
Feels pretty good. Let's go for a drive.
Okay.
Lee gives the wagons one final check, and it's time for Sam's ride.
Right, 183, you're ready to leave.
Receiving, Lee.
To become a locomotive engineer to drive a freight train, currently you have to do on-the-job training for 1,040 hours, and you get sent away to school in Woburn, and you get taught how the trains work, how the motors work, how the locomotives work, and you're also taught how to shunt and about road knowledge. So you have to know that bit of track like the back of your hand.
Road knowledge is very important. 99% of knowing the road makes a good driver. Well, because the terrain we travel over, it can be hilly, we only have so much braking power, and once you've used that brake up, you've lost control of your train and then you're in serious trouble.
It's like a big family. Everybody gets on, everyone gets in together and they pull their weight together. The other good thing about the job is that working in the railways, you can either work inside, outside, and you can do a number of different things. I've been in the rail 17 years and I've worked in a lot of different parts of it so far, and I'm still not bored with the industry.
So, how's Sam done?
Sam's done surprisingly well. He's got a lot of knowledge, he seems to have taken a lot in, and he's been enthusiastic about the whole thing.
I think it surprised me quite a bit that there's a lot of variety in the one industry, because I thought it would just be as simple as jumping in the train and driving off, but there's a lot more to it than that, eh?
There's a wide range of opportunities for anyone wanting to join the rail industry. Practical on-the-job instruction is a major part of training. The Level 2 National Certificate in Rail Transport is an introduction to a career in the railways. The Level 4 Certificate in Locomotive Engineering recognises the skills required for driving locos, and there's a strand for the additional skills needed for driving a freight train. Well, Sam was definitely blown away by the variety of jobs that the rail industry can offer, and he didn't do too bad a job either. I think he'll do very well. If you want to find out more about this career or any of the careers featured throughout our entire series, then all you have to do is jump on our website. If you're unsure of those details, then grab a pen and paper during the break, and I'll give them to you at the end of the program. And when we come back, we're going to see if Tane has what it takes to become the Gordon Ramsay of the baking world. This is Just the Job. You're watching Just the Job, and if you're thinking about a career or you're wanting a change from the career you're in, then make sure you catch us each week, because this show could spark a turning point when it comes to your work life. Now, you definitely need to be a morning person and be able to work under pressure in the baking world. So could this be just the job for Tane?
I'm Tane Hanada, I'm 18 years of age, and I'm looking at bakery today.
It's 2 in the morning at Taradale near Napier, and St John's College head boy, Tane Hanada, is going to join the overnight shift at Heaven's Bakery.
Good morning, Tane.
Good morning.
Early start for you, eh?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
We'll introduce you to bacon and see how you like it, eh?
Sweet.
Excellent.
The bakery is one of New Zealand's best and have a raft of awards to prove it. Showing Tane that in a bakery you can have your cake and eat it is Jason Heaven, MD of Heaven's Bakery.
Tane, this is our bulk storeroom. This is where all our dry materials is, and I treat this like our artist palette. I think of myself as an artist, and we're going out there to create some art for the customers.
Awesome.
Excellent. Hey, Tane, in this area here, this is where we make all the yeast goods. Anything with yeast in it, like buns, donuts, bread. Over here we've got the deck ovens, okay? So this is where we bake most of our cakes and small items. Over here, this is what we call a rack oven. So this is rack because we can stick these baker's racks, 2 of them at a time in the oven, and it revolves around. Okay, goes around for 1 minute one way, and then it turns around and goes 1 minute the other way, so we can get even baking for the products.
Yep.
This is where it all ends up and finishes. So if it needs icing, cutting up, or decorating, this is the department they do it in. We've got a saying in the bakery, the eye sells the first cake, the taste sells the second. So if these guys make a good job of finishing it and it looks really good presentation, punters will buy it, and as long as it tastes good, they'll come back. Awesome. Excellent. I started to get the passion when I started to go to work with Dad, and you started to help out, get a bit of, chuck to you a bit of dough to keep you quiet in the corner. And then you start to make stuff, and it's being creative, and you're creating someone's lunch, or you're creating a nice cake, and you start to get more passionate about food. We're a special breed, that's for sure.
Well, there's no holding back Jason. He's got Tane straight onto the job of making pinwheel scones.
Wash the whole thing with a nice layer of egg wash. This section up here, we don't want any ingredients on. It's a light sprinkling of curry. Spring onions. So getting that onion flavour, but you're also getting that nice colour. Bacon, remember making sure you go right to the end. Anybody that gets that's gone, they don't want to be ripped off.
Won't be happy.
Next is the cheese, mate. Do a good job, it's nice and even. Okay?
Must be the teacher.
I don't know, but yeah. Roll it up with us. Okay? Put a little bit of difference in our quality control, some are thick and thinner. But that's all right, we'll just have that with the smoker, eh?
Sweet, sounds good.
Excellent. The alarm will go off when it's ready. It's a good, eh? Yeah. Smell it? Mmm. Make you hungry?
Pinwheel scones, done.
I remember when the first week when I started, and I was actually starting at 4 o'clock in the morning then. I'd go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, I sat on the end of my bed and I thought, what am I doing? This is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, you know. You get used to it. You acclimatise to it, your life acclimatised to it. You know, this is what I do for a living.
Next job for Tane, coffee custard strips.
Bavarian cream, which is custard and fresh cream mixed together. It's all yours. Wonderful. What happened? Did it pop out?
I was saving some for later.
Oh, saving some for later? Oh, yeah, good on you. You'll have that smoko too, eh?
Yep.
Okay.
Coffee custard strips, done.
Why the baking industry? It's very rewarding. You know, you'll go out to the shop and you might be having a look at what you've done for the day and seeing how they've set it up and just making you feel proud of how it looks. And a customer might come up to you and say, man, that was an awesome scone I had yesterday, or you did my birthday cake last week and it was fantastic. My kids loved it.
Well, nothing's turned to custard so far, and decorating cakes is looking bags of fun.
We'll tell you we're going to actually mask the cake, and that fills up any imperfections, makes it nice and straight. Chocolate shavings around the sides. Clean baker's a good baker. This is called a shell border. Do you want to have a crack on here? You'll be right.
I'll try.
Chocolate cream. Rightio, your turn. You've done this before, haven't you? Beautiful. Coffee coloured. This is called a rosette. No pressure. No one's watching. This is paper made out of sugar. Okay, now we're going to adjust the job logo. You can't make any mistakes, otherwise you start again. Acetate paper, the pattern's made out of cocoa butter. When we put the chocolate on there, it'll set and the pattern will be on the chocolate. So now we just wait till it semi-sets and we're going to cut it out.
If I was interested in getting into the trade, where would I start?
Well, basically some of the high schools offer level 2 training. They actually have courses that do baking, and then you come into the industry and you'd be doing either a level 3 or level 4, and a level 4 craft baker would offer all aspects of the baking industry.
Chocolate just the job cake, well done.
We've got our tins laid out here, so we're going to roll some bottom pastry out, just pat them down. It's an ever-changing industry. Foodies are a special breed. Well, it's like a special club. You'll travel New Zealand even and meet new bakers and go to conferences and see new people and talk to them about baking, and it's all we do. You know, it's talk about baking and live the dream.
It's 8 a.m. and inside the shop the shelves are overflowing from the team's all-night effort. The cakes, bread, pastry, along with Tane's coffee custard strips are looking very good to go.
So what do you think, Tane?
Yeah, it's pretty good, eh? Just the fact that taking something from raw material and just creating it into something like this.
We better have our awards now. We'll make some quality products, eh?
Awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers. This is actually nice.
You look like you're enjoying that.
It's good.
There are a range of certificates available in baking. Level 2 is an entry level and the skills can often be attained at school. Most employers prefer apprentices to have completed 4 years of secondary school and useful subjects include English and maths. At level 4 you can specialise in either hands-on crafting, large volume automated plant operations or in-store franchise operations. Bakers generally train on the job and the skills learnt are highly portable. Job and career prospects are excellent. Awesome stuff, Tane, and I bet those coffee custard strips didn't last too long. So thank you to you, Tane, and everyone else who featured in today's program. Now these days there are thousands of careers to choose from, but that doesn't make the decision any easier. So we really hope that our programs will help you when it comes to making this all-important career decision. To help you even more though, here's Selwyn from Career Services who has some great advice on how to find out more about a career you're interested in if you're about to leave school.
Are you at school or about to leave? Maybe you're not sure about your next step, what subjects to take, or you want to find out more about a certain industry. Then the Secondary Students and School Leavers section at careers.govt.nz is just for you. There's heaps of interactive quizzes to match up your skills, subjects or interests with different jobs, along with great information about what employers are looking for and advice to get you started on the right track.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this week's show. We'll be back again next week with 3 more exciting and diverse careers for you to check out, plus more advice on how to succeed in getting the career you really want. Now, if you'd like more information about any of the careers featured today or just more info about how to make that right career choice, easy, jump on our program website at tvnz.co.nz and enter the keywords Just the Job. Good luck, and I'll catch you again next week.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.